Want to achieve network marketing success? Then you're in the right company. Hello, and welcome to Leave Nothing to Chance, hosted by networking marketing giant John Solider. Learn everything you need to know about the network marketing space from somebody who's actually done it. Join us every week for front row seats as we feature some of the finest and most successful personalities in network marketing. Leave nothing to chance. Join us now.
Well, welcome everybody. This is John Solider with the Leaving Nothing to Chance podcast, and we've got some terrific guests tonight. Now, their English is limited, so we're going to translate this, but they've got a remarkable story and career that you're going to want to hear about. So first thing I'm going to do is welcome my new friend Liz, and Liz is going to be translating for us tonight. Welcome, Liz.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And Liz, I'm going to mention both Kazoo and Gladys. They are just ripping it up in their company. They're having tremendous success. But can you share a little bit more about them as we get started?
Bueno, Kazoo y Gladys, nos gustaría que nos comentaran un poquito acerca de ustedes y de cómo fue que comenzaron.
Muy bien, muchas gracias por la pregunta. Justamente iniciar en lo que es network marketing o redes de mercadeo fue como para muchas personas por la salud.
We start in this industry basically because of the health part, as many people do.
And how long ago did they get started?
¿Y hace cuánto fue que comenzaron?
Fue un poco más de 20 años atrás.
I can say maybe 20 years ago.
And I hear remarkable things about them as I travel around the world. If you want to let them know that in Spanish, I hear about them all the time.
He escuchado muchas cosas buenas de ustedes cuando he viajado, cosas muy gratas.
What did they do before network marketing?
Pero quisiera saber a qué se dedicaban antes de estar en esta industria.
Bueno, antes de ingresar a esta maravillosa industria, en la familia teníamos negocios de diversos negocios, ¿no? Tanto como restaurante, billar, y a eso nos dedicábamos antes de viajar a Japón y conocernos allá.
Well, before getting into the industry, we have a lot of businesses, family businesses, like restaurants and places where you can go to play pool. Then we traveled to Japan, and that's when we meet the industry.
Mi señora en Perú y yo en Brasil.
My wife was in Peru and I was in Brazil.
So did they meet through the industry?
¿Ustedes se conocieron gracias a la industria?
No, hemos trabajado en una misma compañía japonesa como empleados inmigrantes en Japón.
No, we worked as employees in a Japanese company. We were working in Japan. That's how we met us.
Interesting. Very international. So let's talk about changes that they've seen. The 20 years in the industry, they've seen WhatsApp, they've seen Zoom, they've seen some of the other things. How have they used technology to build their business?
Vaya, es algo muy internacional, pero ahora me gustaría que hablemos de los cambios que ustedes han visto en estos 20 años de estar en la industria, como el WhatsApp, las redes sociales, la tecnología, los cambios que han visto y cómo los han utilizado.
Bueno, eso es muy interesante porque cuando iniciamos no había ni siquiera el VHS.
That's actually very interesting because when we started, there was nothing that we could use to help us grow in the industry.
Y todo era impreso y enviado en muchos casos a través de correo para poder solucionar alguna duda o consulta.
And at that time, everything was printed and sent by mail in case you need to solve something or fix something. It was by that means.
Era una semana para enviar la pregunta y una semana más para recibir la respuesta.
So you can take a week to send your question and a week more to have an answer back.
Y cuando comenzaron las cintas VHS con videos caseros,
and when the VHS start with homemade videos and things like that,
En algunas ocasiones estábamos usando video que ya no valía,
Used to use some videos that wasn't useful anymore
porque ya habían cambiado algo.
because there was a change.
Y hoy día tenemos el Internet en tiempo real y estamos en ese momento conversando con John.
And nowadays we have internet that allow us to have communication in time, in real time, like we are having now.
Cuando comenzamos, casi nadie tenía computadoras porque eran muy caras.
When we started, it was a few people, the ones that had access to computers, because they were expensive.
Hoy día con un teléfono celular estamos conectados en todo el mundo.
And nowadays we can have that connection through smartphones.
Y el cambio ha sido realmente muy positivo para todos los que trabajamos en esta industria.
And the change has been positive for all of us that works in this industry.
And how many countries have they been able to network in using technology?
Y me gustaría saber en cuántos países han podido ustedes trabajar utilizando la tecnología.
Hoy día, dentro de la empresa NHT Global, ya tenemos 14 países afiliados con distribuidores activos.
Well, today, thanks to NHT Global, we are lucky to be in 14 countries actively working.
And my next question, how about self-development? How important has reading and listening to other leaders been for them in terms of developing their skills, not only to build their business, but also their personal skills? How important is self-development been?
Y ahora me gustaría saber qué tan importante ha sido para ustedes la parte del desarrollo personal, el escuchar a otros líderes, el aprender de ellos, leer cosas que te alimenten. ¿Qué tan importante ha sido?
Creo que ha sido el pilar fundamental para poder decidir hacer el network marketing como carrera profesional.
That has been the foundation of it for us to pursue network marketing in a professional level.
Cuando iniciamos en Japón, éramos empleados. A pesar de que tenemos carreras universitarias, pensábamos como empleados.
When we started in Japan, we were employees. Besides us having a degree, the mentality, the mindset that we had at that time was the one of an employee.
Y aprender lo que es el fundamento verdadero o el concepto de network marketing ha cambiado completamente nuestro pensamiento.
And learn about the core of network marketing has changed the mindset that we had.
Vender productos es relativamente fácil,
When you have to sell a product, we can say that's the easy part.
pero liderar a un equipo debe iniciar por cada uno de nosotros mismos.
But when it comes to leadership, is when it gets hard because you have to start with you.
Si no tenemos un desarrollo personal sólido, nuestro equipo no será sólido.
Because without a personal development, the team won't grow.
Y esto ha sido realmente una información de mucho valor para nosotros durante estos años que estamos desarrollando la industria profesionalmente.
And this has been key for us in the industry and working on this in a professional level.
Todo comienza con nosotros. Si no estamos preparados, si no estamos realmente con una mente preparada para el éxito, para buscar hacer cosas diferentes, nuestro equipo tampoco va a lograr las metas.
Because it all starts with us. We have to have the right mindset, the commitment to do it, because if we don't, then the team won't do it.
Así que entender el liderazgo, el desarrollo personal, conocer a líderes exitosos y aprender de ellos ha sido realmente muy valioso para lo que estamos haciendo al día de hoy.
So work in a personal development and leadership and surround ourselves with leaders and that we can learn from them has been key for us.
Who was his favorite, if he had to narrow it down to 3 self-development books, what would be either those books or those authors?
Si pudieran elegir 3 libros de desarrollo personal, ¿cuáles serían? ¿Y sus autores?
Número 1, piense y hágase rico, Napoleon Hill.
The first one will be Think and Get Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Número 2, en la industria sería Padre Rico, Padre Pobre de Kiyosaki.
Rich Father, Poor Father by Robert Kiyosaki.
Mhm.
¿Sí? Y número 3, déjeme ver, ¿quién se llevó mi queso? No me acuerdo si es de Napoleon Hill también, no me acuerdo quién era.
And the last one will be Who Took My Cheese? I don't know if that's the correct translation. And he doesn't remember the author.
I think it was a guy named Johnson, if I remember correctly. But anyway, folks, you can Google that. Let me ask you the next question. Now, you went to Brazil to live for a while. And why did you go to Brazil? And then ultimately, how did you end up in Peru?
Tengo entendido que vivieron en Brasil por un periodo de tiempo. Y me gustaría saber qué los llevó a tomar esa decisión de mudarse a Brasil, pero después terminar en Perú.
Ah, muy bien. La primera cosa es que en mi caso personal, soy brasilero, hijo de japoneses. Y mi señora es peruana, hija de japoneses.
So the first part of this story is that I'm Brazilian. My parents are Japanese, but I'm Brazilian. And my wife is Peruvian, but her parents are Japanese too.
Cuando nos conocimos en Japón,
And when we were met in Japan,
nos enamoramos y decidimos casarnos.
we totally fell in love and decided to get married.
Como habíamos comprado un restaurante en Brasil, nos fuimos para allá para desarrollar el negocio.
And given that we had a restaurant in Brazil, we moved there to start developing the business.
Luego, por la misma situación económica, se acabó el negocio y nos mudamos a Perú.
And then given to financial circumstances, the business was closed and we decided to move to Peru.
Aquí está toda la familia de mi esposa y comenzamos otro negocio de restaurante porque no había encontrado la compañía correcta para trabajar con multinivel.
And since my wife's family is here, we decided to settle down here. We bought another restaurant because at that time we hadn't found the right company for us to start working in this industry.
Y hoy estamos aquí en NHT Global, muy contentos, muy felices y realmente realizados, por así decir.
And today we are in NHT Global. We are so happy. We are, happy that we get to find this company.
And how long have they been in Peru? How many years?
¿Cuántos años llevan viviendo en Perú?
Bueno, ya tenemos también cerca de 14 o 15 años. Hace poco hemos cumplido 30 años de casados.
I will say that 14, 15 years living in Peru, and we just celebrate our 30th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And next question. So let's talk a little bit about the moment when you both fell in love with network marketing.
Ahora hablemos del momento en que los dos se enamoraron del multinivel.
Creo que fue el momento que hemos entendido que podríamos generar ingresos sin estar vinculados directamente con un empleo tradicional o con un autoempleo, con nuestro propio negocio.
I think it was in the moment that we realized that we could generate an income without us being attached to a company or to a traditional job.
Ahora, lo importante también en la industria, cuando trabajamos con productos de nutrición, es poder cuidar nuestra salud y de otras personas también.
And the important part for us in this industry, since we work with health products, is to take care of our health, but also people's health.
En un trabajo tradicional o un negocio tradicional, no cuidamos de otras personas, solamente nos preocupamos por nosotros mismos.
And in a traditional job, you don't get to help people and care for them. You just care for you, and that's it.
Y eso nos ha complementado realmente la vida, saber que podemos ayudar a otras personas a lograr algo más que ellos todavía no han podido solos.
And the fact that we can help people has make us really happy, and we feel so complete because we get to help others to achieve the life they want.
And I have another question here. It's not on the list. I apologize. It wasn't on the list I sent, but because you came from traditional business, right? The restaurant business, very traditional business, and you had employees and, people getting sick maybe and not showing up for work and all of that. How did you feel? I hope this question translates, Liz, when you ask it. When you realized in network marketing, you didn't have to employ people, they got to employ themselves versus the restaurant where you were hoping that they showed up and they, showed up on time, right? What was that, that like when you kind of realized, network marketing had no complications as far as employing people or having people involved versus traditional business where, you hope that they showed up?
Y voy a hacer otra pregunta que no venía en la lista, pero me llamó la atención lo que comentabas de que, pues, al venir de un negocio tradicional como lo es un restaurante, obviamente tienes empleados, gente a tu cargo, gente que se enferma, gente que no llega, gente que, pues, a veces queda mal. ¿Cuándo fue ese momento en el que te diste cuenta de que al pertenecer a la industria del multinivel era algo más descomplicado, algo más relajado en comparación a un trabajo tradicional en el que dependes de la gente?
En verdad, no es que sea desvinculado completamente. Yo soy administrador de empresas de carrera y vi en el multinivel algo similar a la carrera que he estudiado.
Well, let's start saying that I am an accountant. And when I start learning about this industry, I connect something in there that made me realize that the industry has something similar with the degree that I studied.
Y quería, perdón, agregar algo muy importante. Cuando estábamos en el restaurante, no éramos dueños de nuestro tiempo. Si Cazú salía de viaje, yo me tenía que quedar en el negocio.
And also, I want to add something really important for us, that when we were working in this restaurant, we weren't the owners of our time. For instance, if Kazu had to travel to a place, I had to stay at the restaurant. We couldn't be together.
Y ahora es algo maravilloso que podemos disfrutar juntos todos los momentos que deseamos.
And now we get to enjoy all those moments together because of the free time that we have.
Great answer. So let's talk about Latin America a little bit. Obviously, you live right smack in the middle of it in Peru. What's the next 10 years going to look like in network marketing in the Latin world?
Ahora hablemos un poquito de Latinoamérica. Yo sé que ustedes están situados en Perú, pero me gustaría saber cómo ven ustedes la industria del multinivel en los próximos 10 años en el mercado latino.
El mercado latino siempre ha sido muy poderoso para el negocio de multinivel o la industria del network marketing, porque nuestro continente no tiene la misma garantía de ingresos que tiene Estados Unidos, Europa o Asia.
I think that the Latin market is powerful for the industry because our continent doesn't have the same income that maybe the US or Canada or Asia.
En el caso de seguro social en Estados Unidos, Europa o Asia se atiende bien a una persona que ya cumplió su tiempo y se jubiló. En Latinoamérica esto no es una garantía.
And we don't have those warranties as social services or medical services that maybe in the US you can get assisted in a good way. Here in Latin America, we don't have that.
Y eso abre la posibilidad para que las empresas de network marketing puedan consolidarse muy rápido en Latinoamérica.
And that exactly opens a window for all the companies in the industry for them to come and settle down here and start working here.
Le permite a un distribuidor que tiene poca educación académica desarrollar una red, ganar comisiones y gracias a eso mantener también su seguro o quizás su salud particular, ¿no? En forma de atenciones médicas particulares.
And this also allows a person that maybe doesn't have a degree or something like that to aspire to get something better for his life, to get better medical attention, a better lifestyle.
Y eso se ha hecho muy marcado con la situación de la pandemia COVID-19.
And that's something that we could witness with the pandemic.
Muchos que eran empleados o tenían negocios pequeños quebraron aquí en Sudamérica.
And those people that were owners of companies, small companies, restaurants, they went bankrupt because of the pandemic.
Muchos empleados fueron despedidos después que se dio que la pandemia iba a durar mucho tiempo.
A lot of people lost their jobs given that we didn't have like the certainty when this pandemic was going to end.
Y todos nosotros que estábamos desarrollando redes en alguna empresa de la industria, hemos siguiendo generando ingresos.
And all of us that were working on social media and developing the business, we didn't stop generating an income.
Y esto llamó bastante la atención de personas que antes no estaban dispuestas a ver el network marketing como un negocio serio.
And this actually caught the attention of the people that weren't interested in the industry as a serious business.
Por ese motivo, en los siguientes años, por el uso masivo del Internet y redes sociales, nosotros creemos que el crecimiento de Latinoamérica va a ser mucho más rápido que Europa u otros países.
And that's why we think that with the help of technology, internet, and social media, the growth of the Latin market will be faster than maybe Europe or Asia.
Agreed.
Porque si comparamos los europeos con los ingresos que tienen en sus trabajos tradicionales y les permite tener una vida regular estable, en Sudamérica esto no ocurre y todos buscan una mejor calidad de vida.
Because if we compare the lifestyle of a European, where your traditional job allows you to have a steady life, a comfortable life, well, here in Latin America, we don't have that. We have to look for another income.
Well, Liz, I'll share this with you. I felt so strongly. I've written four books on network marketing, but the last two, I don't know if you can see this or not. We translated to Spanish for our friends in the Latin world as well as in North America. And our other book, Moving Up, we also translated. And Joe Garcia, by the way, your upline, my good friend, his story is actually in here. Him and I think Dan's in here too, but Joe's definitely in here. But I couldn't agree more. The Latin market it's such a unbelievable market to build in, as you know. So let me ask you one other question on that. I'm sorry, Liz, let you translate. I apologize.
Bueno, déjenme hacer un paréntesis. Yo he escrito 4 libros hablando del multinivel ya están siendo traducidos al español. En esos libros tenemos la historia de Joe y estoy seguro que la de Dan también. Y no podría estar más de acuerdo que ustedes de que la industria latina va a crecer exponencialmente.
So I've got two last questions for you. What are the differences in building a business in Peru and Latin America versus up here in the United States and Canada? What would you think the major differences would be?
Y tengo dos preguntas para ustedes. La primera sería, ¿cuáles son las diferencias al momento de construir el negocio en Perú y Latinoamérica en comparación con Estados Unidos o Canadá?
Por ejemplo, aquí en Perú, como le comentaba, las personas están buscando una oportunidad de generar ingresos y tener una mejor calidad de vida.
Well, as I was telling you, here in Peru, people is looking for an opportunity to have a better lifestyle, to have another income.
En Estados Unidos y Canadá también ocurre esto, pero la estabilidad quizás laboral o económica hace con que en el norte, Estados Unidos y Canadá, las personas no tengan tanto espíritu emprendedor.
And of course, this also happened in the US and Canada, but the lifestyle there is way better than the one in Latin America. People have more steady jobs, the payment is better. So that makes that they don't have this hunger to look for something better.
El emprendedor americano o canadiense siempre está buscando desarrollar un negocio que sea un negocio fijo, una empresa con empleados, con seguro social y con los beneficios de ley.
The people in the US and Canada sometimes are looking for a way to build a company, a traditional company, where they can have employees and they can have all these benefits for the people that are working with them, but in a very steady level.
Para eso buscan un financiamiento, una hipoteca e invierten en un negocio quizás 40,000, 100,000, 200,000 dólares.
And they are looking for a loan and they are investing maybe 100, 200, $300, $1,000.
Mientras que en Latinoamérica, los pequeños empresarios no van a lograr ese tipo de financiamiento a través de bancos.
Whereas here in Latin America, people doesn't have the access to that kind of loans from the banks.
Entonces, cuando encuentran una oportunidad de invertir menos de $1,000 o menos de $5,000 en un negocio donde ellos reciben productos y se garantizan con esos productos en mano, es más accesible.
So when they find this opportunity where they can invest less than $5,000, they hold on to that and they develop it in another level, because it's not an opportunity that we have in normal circumstances.
Es muy distinto tener a un emprendedor que pueda invertir $100,000 en un negocio o un restaurante o un salón de belleza o un negocio tradicional básico, que tener a 100 emprendedores que pueden invertir $1,000.
It's way different to have one person that is interested in investing $100,000 than having 100 people that are interested in investing $1,000.
Mm.
Y eso es lo que hace la multiplicación del multinivel de la industria, que hace crecer exponencialmente los números en tan corto espacio de tiempo.
And that is what makes this industry better in terms of growing.
Una red que comercialice por 100 personas o por 1,000 personas a la semana supera en mucho un emprendedor o dos emprendedores que tengan un gran almacén solos con stock parado en el almacén.
Because a net that has 1,000 or 2,000 people working on a daily basis is way different than having two people that has a lot of product, a lot of stock, a lot of money to invest. It's different.
Y esa es la fuerza laboral de Latinoamérica. Perú tiene muchos emprendedores pequeños que salen todos los días en la mañana a prospectar en la calle.
And that's where resides the power, the hunger of the Latin American people of going out to work. They are not afraid of working or of getting handy. They are well determined to do it.
And let me ask this as a final question. What three things, and I'd like you both to answer if you can on this, because they might be three different things. There might be three of the same things, I don't know. But if both Gladys and Kazoo can answer at this, Liz, is this question. What three things can people do after listening to this interview to really jumpstart their business in 2023 and 2024 and beyond?
Y ahora me gustaría hacerles una pregunta que me gustaría que contestaran los dos, porque pueden ser los mismos tres consejos o pueden ser diferentes, pero ¿qué son las tres cosas que ustedes consideran que las personas tienen que hacer después de haber escuchado esta entrevista, que tienen que hacer para que su negocio crezca de manera exponencial en el 2023, 2024 y más adelante?
Muy bien, ¿quieres comenzar?
Bueno, primeramente, creer en nosotros mismos, creer que sí lo vamos a lograr.
Well, I will start saying that first of all, you have to believe in yourself, believe that you are capable of doing anything you want to,
Y estar convencidos plenamente de que a través de esta industria podemos ayudar a miles de familias.
you have to be 100% convinced that with this industry you can help a lot of people.
Y tener mucha pasión en lo que hacemos.
And last but not least, you have to be passionate about it.
Muy bien, mis 3 puntos. ¿Qué es lo que realmente creo que una persona debe hacer? Primero, entender y saber por qué va a hacer algo nuevo que nunca había hecho antes.
Well, now my three advices will be that first of all, you have to be clear on why you are doing this, the reason behind starting a new thing.
Cuando entienda el por qué va a hacer, también tiene que entender qué va a hacer. Tenemos en la industria empresas que trabajan con muchos productos diferentes. La oportunidad no está en una sola empresa, está en la visión de cada uno y entender el con qué va a trabajar.
Once you understand the why, we move on to understanding the what, because there are a lot of companies working with many different products, but it's not up to the company, but the vision that you have.
Y una vez que decidamos hacer lo que vamos a hacer, enfocarnos en trabajar una carrera, así como en la universidad llevamos 5 o 6 años para finalmente graduarnos. En la industria también debemos tener el enfoque de llevar estos años para aprender, desarrollarnos, capacitarnos y finalmente poder enseñar a otros, porque si no, no funciona.
And once you are like real clear on why and what are you doing, you have to see this as if you are studying a bachelor degree where you spend 5 years learning and then you graduate. Here is the same. You spend 5-6 years in this industry working on your personal development, working on your skills, then learning how to teach people to do the same. until you can see, you can start seeing the results, but it's the same.
La industria de mercadeo en red trabaja y crece y se convierte en algo gigantesco por las personas que están involucradas y no por los productos que están vendiendo. Mientras nosotros no podamos desarrollar nuestro liderazgo, esto no crece.
And we have to understand that this industry, the network marketing industry, gets bigger and bigger and bigger each time because of the people, not the companies, not the products, it's the people. If we don't work on ourselves, then this industry won't grow up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This has been amazing, and I know I learned some things. I enjoyed it. Any last thoughts that you'd like to share with the audience?
¿Algún último consejo que les gustaría compartir con la audiencia?
No sé si sería un consejo, pero sí pensar que todos nosotros estamos en ese mundo por algo más grande que solamente crecer, casarnos, procrear y morir. Tenemos algo más grande que hacer en este mundo y muchos de nosotros nos vamos a sentir realizados ayudando a otros a encontrar su propio camino. Quizás sea eso lo que podría decirle a otras personas que hoy ven nuestra industria como algo que no sea tan serio y tan valioso.
Well, I don't know if it's an advice per se, but I have to say that we all have a bigger purpose in life than other than getting married, having kids, and die. We are here because there is a reason for it. And maybe for us, the reason behind is helping people to achieve their goals, their dreams. And I would like to say to those people that see this industry as a hobby or something part-time, that this can help you to achieve your goals and also help others to achieve theirs.
I love it. I love it. Well, this has been great, and I want to thank you, all three of you, for taking your time tonight. Liz, for translating. You're a wonderful translator, by the way. It's amazing how you can go back and forth that quickly. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Kazu and Gladys, I'll say it in Japanese, arigato. And I'll say it in Spanish, gracias. And I'll say it in English. I grew up playing judo. I had my sensei in New Jersey just passed away, Nagayusa Ogasawara. So I had a wonderful Japanese sensei, so I could speak judo Japanese.
Thank you.
Menciona que tuvo un sensei que acaba de fallecer, pero que aprendió, lo poquito que aprendió de japonés lo aprendió muy bien.
Sí, muchas gracias, John, muchas gracias, Lizzie, por la traducción. John, esperamos poder conocerla ahí en Estados Unidos cuando estemos de paseo.
John, we hope we can meet each other soon there in the US.
Would be my honor. Would be my honor.
Para mí sería un honor.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Hang on 1 minute, because we got a couple little things to do here, but I'll turn off the recording. But thank you all. This has been a wonderful, wonderful time.
Thank you.
I feel so blessed to have met you both tonight, as well as you, Liz.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Leave Nothing to Chance. If you want to know more about what it takes to succeed in the network marketing space, join us again next week for another amazing episode. For additional resources and to connect with John Soliter, visit leavingnothingtochance.com. Don't forget to leave a review, and we'll see you next time.